Lawson, a good model friend of mine, created this innovative costume out of a suit or a jacket. And I decided to hit her up to do this fun shoot, which turned out to be a wonderful idea because I have started out using simple and easily accessible photography equipment to create awesome images. And I couldn't think about anything better than working on this project with her. Check her out on her YouTube channel. I'm going to link it down in the description below alongside her Instagram and any other social media platforms that I can provide you guys with. Check her out and support her work. Now let's get right into it.
What's up guys, hope you're doing great. This is your boy Kobe Shots. In today's video, you're going to do something very interesting over here in the studio. I have with me the beautiful Miss Lawson. And yeah, a couple of times I'm sure that you've seen her over here on my channel because I love working with her and she's one awesome model. You're going to see it by the end of the video, even across the video. All right, so what we've got going on here is very simple. I have a very minimalistic setup, a very simple setup that you can even make yourself. All right, basically, normally, I'll put it that way, that photographers starting out would want to buy all the soft boxes, all the modifiers that they can find around. They see a photographer doing stuff, they want to replicate it. But sometimes, in most cases, you don't always need all that. So I've brought everything down all the way, even the camera setup that I'm using. I'm using the Canon EOS 600D. I use the 6D to create two contents on my channel. They're actually here. I'm going to link them up there if you care to check it out. But of course, finish this video first. I use a 6D to create two awesome contents, and you guys loved it so much. People were in awe about the quality of the picture. Some even misconstrued that I used the R5 or the R6, but I actually used the 6D. But today, I'm dialing even down some more so that those of you guys who are starting out, who are, you know, on a budget, you don't have enough, or should I say, all the funds to buy the sophisticated gear, this is the content for you. So next to me or to my right is this simple reflective surface that's going to serve as my key lighting or my modifier. Of course, I need a light to project back to my subject, and so I have this speed light, the V850i from Godox, which is going to hit my big surface over here. And I made it this big because I wanted to actually cover a huge area. All right, so if you check out my model, she's wearing something that will stand out against the background of choice, which is black, and she's wearing things to also accentuate the look of it. All right, so back to the surface over here. The light hits the surface, bounces back into her face. Check this image out. This was shot without any other modifier but just this large space. You might not like it because probably the setting or the positioning might be wrong, so we can readjust it as we wish, or you can even have someone hold out a reflector if you can afford it. But particularly I use this majorly for those of you who might not even have enough to buy or purchase a reflector, the 5-in-1 reflectors that you guys have been seeing around. But this is a very simple, you know, DIY reflective surface or modifier that you can actually do yourself. This is made of aluminum foil that has been, you know, used to cover up the whole surface. Or you can even purchase these wrappers that you get around to wrap your boxes. You turn it inside out and you're going to get something reflective as this. And you cover it all up, whatever board it is. If you're going to use it outdoor, don't get yourself something as heavy as this. But this is going to remain in the studio, and so it's heavy and it doesn't matter. But you're going to be going out, you need to get yourself something light in weight, like let's say a cardboard or anything that you can roll, put in your bag, and go onto any location to use it. So that's basically the setup. The light that you see in my face is not going to in any way affect my images. It's just to help you see what we are doing over here. And you know, across the shoot, I'm going to also introduce a reflector. If you can make two of these, it will work the same, but I don't have two of that. And so I'm going to be using the reflector to serve as one more time my bounce back, or this time it's going to be a rim light, should I put it that way. So it's not going to be a light source, even though it's a modifier, it's going to still hit my subject where I want it to be if I position it right. So yeah, let's get right into the video without much ado. All right, 3, 2, 1, yeah, good. All right. Good. 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 Turn your face this way. Okay, so with the speed light as my key light, I can angle or articulate where the light beam is heading. And most importantly, if you don't want your light to be spilling all the way to the background, as close as it is or as further as it may be, you still have to make sure you adjust the zoom, just like you can see right now on the screen, the zoom or the beam of light. So I'm going to keep it at 200 mm, which is very, very narrow, so that doesn't affect my background. Because just like in the picture that you're seeing right now, you notice that to the camera left, there's this flare which you might not want in your shots because you don't want to expose the background. And you can easily fix that by narrowing your beam, just like I said before. So that's what I'm going to do. And you also should ensure that your flash is a little bit further from the modifier or from the reflective surface, so that you can get a larger size, because the beam of light is going to be very narrow and you might not get it covering the entire surface. So since the narrow beam is meant not to touch the subject, you have to, of course, as well make back up the flash so that it doesn't, you know, narrow itself or center in just one area. Otherwise you get a specular light hitting your subject and not a larger source, because a larger source of light is softer.